turnaround this season has been for them compared to just a year ago. They couldn't afford to suffer through another campaign like that.
They did a very good job putting that in the rear view and moving forward this season. They still have a long way to go to be considered a top team, but they've definitely made progress.
So let's take a look at the starters for the Dallas Mavericks. Inside of the 4 and the 5, Porzingis and Powell. Tim Hardaway Jr. out there with Luka Doncic. And it's Finney Smith in at the 3 spot. And for the Jazz, Conley and Mitchell, the talented backcourt pair. Bogdanovich out there with O'Neal. And it's Gobert in at the 5 spot. Greg, you look at the young Luka Doncic. What impresses you the most right now about his game?
Well, Kevin, you just don't see many players his height who can handle and make step-back threes. Also, his confidence. He came into the league never doubting that he could dominate a game. And don't forget about his brilliance as a passer.
And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. Hardaway kicks to Doncic. Shoots it. And good, as it just snugs right down through the net.
You know, there's an unselfishness to Luka Doncic and a pretty pass right there.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
Conley, the pass to Mitchell. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Over Hardaway. Another miss by Utah.
Well, he's a quality mid-range shooter, but he can't get that one to go.
Here's Doncic. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a 3-point play chance for him.
Well, the hoop and the harm. Luka Doncic, the finish, and he'll get an opportunity to add to that. Luka Doncic can pass it, shoot it, drive it, and he does it all with great flair.
And you see some of the shots that Doncic knocks down. Doris, the degree of difficulty is off the charts.
It is, Kevin, but the skill I love the most is his passing. It doesn't matter if it's a hook pass, a lob. He has the strength to hit the weak side corner, and this guy loves delivering in the big moments. It is so fun to watch him.
Foul against Conley. Doncic with the steal. Out to Porzingis. Five on the clock to the paint. From past the arc. The rebound by the Jazz. They come into this one following a loss to the Thunder. Pass to O'Neal. They need this one. They get the rebound. And there's Gobert putting it right back in.
Well, Rudy Gobert with the size and length, they factor on the glass right now.
Doncic outside. To the middle. Here's Powell. Gobert with the defensive effort.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Boy, to have someone back there who can erase your mistakes. What a big-time asset defensively.
And you can tell the defender not anticipating the step back. He was headed in the opposite direction.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Back to Doncic. Inside, here's Powell. And it's off the back rim, no good. Jazz trail by 5. Here's Bogdanovich, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. It's on Porzingis.
Boy, when you talk to his teammates and his coaching staff, Bojan Bogdanovich, one of the toughest guys you'll see in the league. He doesn't say much, kind of stays to himself, but boy, when the ball goes up, does this guy compete.
Joe Ingles, he's checked in for O'Neal. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for the Mavericks. Here's Porzingis. Dallas again missing. And growing up a young child in the violence of Croatia during the Yugoslav wars, Doris, Bogdanovich said it affected everyone.
Not only that, Kevin, but think about it. This is a young man who at 16 years of age left his home on his own to go play pro basketball in Madrid. And what does it translate to? Well, he can now speak 4 languages. I'll tell you this, Bogey knows a thing or two about resiliency.
The Mavericks have gone 1 for 1, making their previous attempt at the line.
And their success rate on the season, right around 77%.
Here's what Utah's going with right now. Davis is checked in for Bogdanovich. Clarkson comes in for Donovan Mitchell. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mike Conley. Then for the Mavericks, Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Porzingis. Wright comes in for Hardaway. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Dorian Finney-Smith. And the rejection by Cauley-Stein.
You better come stronger than that. Cauley-Stein, a presence defensively.
It's stolen by Gobert. And there's the foul. It's on Jalen Brunson. That's his first foul. Seth Curry, he's checked in for Dallas. Pass to Davis. Now here's Mudiay. Brunson covering, and it's out of bounds. Last touch by Curry.
Taking a look here at the numbers for Curry. Some impressive play from him over the last month. 5th in three-point shooting, and he's in the top 10 in field goal percentage. Really able to power his way to the bucket and finish through contact.
And yeah, he's one of the dead-eye sharpshooters in the game for sure. A top 5 percentage guy from deep. Just a hard man to slow down.
Terrific awareness in these particular instances, knowing what to do in screen and roll. Joe Ingles, oh my goodness.
Kleba kicks to Curry. To the inside. Here's Cauley-Stein. Again, the miss by the Mavericks.
Boy, what a job defensively. You couldn't play that any better.
Here's Mudiay. Cauley-Stein grabs the board.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Ingles against Wright. Clarkson looking for an opening. Pass to Davis. 11 feet away, and he comes up with the deuce. Mavericks leading by 3.
We know this about the Dallas Mavericks. They will put every piece of data and information to use in terms of trying to get an advantage. Think about it, guys. They are now doing blood tests, trying to head off injury for their players. They believe this gives them a clearer picture into the overall health of their athletes.
And Doris, those blood tests you were talking about, always subject to player permission. They want to honor player privacy.
I think you have to, Kevin, and most of the Mavs have embraced it. These tests have the ability to measure almost 50 biomarkers. As an athlete, you're always trying to stay in peak form. As an organization, you're always trying to manage appropriately their workloads.
The pass to Clarkson. Out of bounds, Dallas will take possession. And let's get a check on some of the leaders from around the league with this list of the top assist men at small forward since we've emerged from the All-Star break. Joe Ingles 4th.
And these are some of the best teammates you're ever going to want. Very unselfish players at a position where you don't see a lot of offensive facilitating.
Well, you see plenty of that when any of these guys are on the floor. They're each very good at keeping their options open, trying to find the best possible shot on every trip, and no individual agendas. That's crucial. Well, he's such a good athlete for a center. It's how he's able to succeed despite being one of the smallest 5s in the NBA.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. Kleba, the pass to Wright. It's stolen by Gobert. And here we go. Fast break. Mudiay's got it. Down low. Davis kicks to Ingles. It's stolen by Curry. Here's Jackson. And it's good, but hold on. The officials may want to look at that one on the replay monitor. And indeed, they're going to look at it again. They need to be certain he beat the buzzer.
Yeah, and at this point of the game, you know, some might say, hey, can't we just skip the replay this time around? But you just never know.
At the end of one, a closely contested game so far. Mavericks ahead. They lead by 3. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the up. One of the better two-way guards in the NBA, Mike Conley.
He was one of my favorite players growing up.
And you know, Conley, maybe not the size of Peyton, but Greg, he's always taken the challenge defensively.
And you can see how much of an influence the glove had on Conley. He plays a lot like him on that end.
And if you're just tuning in, it's been a pretty even game through the first quarter. And guys, what's your take so far on the Mavs?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
We've got Davis, Emmanuel Mudiay out there with Clarkson. And it's Joe Ingles, and it's Gobert in at center. That's the group for Utah getting going here in the second.
Jordan Clarkson has the kind of speed and athleticism to get out in transition and be a problem.
Occupying that instant offense role, Doris, Jordan Clarkson able to get his shot anytime.
No doubt, Kevin. He's a little bit of a streaky scorer. The challenge is on the defensive end. That's where he has to really improve if he's going to stay on the floor and impact winning.
Just 4 to shoot. Here's Curry. The shot comes out. Now the Jazz take it the other way.
The game has been very close in a lot of areas, but rebounding has been the one differentiator thus far.
Ingles with the ball. Now right defender. Davis dishes to Gobert. Unloads. They grab their own miss. And that one, good. Gobert's got the lead up to 3 now for the Jazz.
You simply must put a body on this guy. You know he's going to try to get to that glass.
And the Mavericks call time here. They're moving on after the tough loss they took at the hands of the Nuggets. So Utah going with an almost entirely new group here. Bogdanovich is checked in for Davis. Royce O'Neal comes in for Joe Ingles. Mitchell, he's checked in for Jordan Clarkson. And it's Conley in for Mudiay. Conley against Doncic. Rudy Gobert with the rebound. Gobert's got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. Conley with a wide open look. Off target from outside. Mavericks trail by 3. Outside, Porzingis. Back to Hardaway. Here's Doncic. And it's good, assisting on the play with Hardaway. Doncic has got 9.
I mean, you have to chase Luka off that three-point line. This guy is capable of hurting you from there.
Conley against Doncic. Powell pulls it in. Mavericks have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter. Porzingis passes to Doncic. Whistle blows. Bucket is good. And he'll have a chance at the line to make it a 3-point play.
I'll tell you, Luka Doncic makes tough shots look easy. Boy, that close to the bucket through that much contact, nice.
This is his 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
And you know, something I remember from their last game was how good he was at the line.
Mitchell against Hardaway. The drive by Mitchell. That one drops, and he's now 2 for 5.
You have to prevent Mitchell from driving. This guy too quick and too crafty once he gets into the lane.
And for those of you just joining us, we're in the second quarter with about 3 minutes gone by. And Doncic gets it to go. Doris, as you always say, there is a grace in handling wins and losses in this game, isn't there?
You know what, Kevin? There's an old saying that winning and losing are imposters, that it's everything to do with how you react to constant learning and growing experiences. And listen, everybody wants to win, but can you experience losing with grace and dignity? Can you embrace the joy of pure competition? To me, that's one of the beautiful things about the NBA. Men handle heartbreak and joy and set an example for the next generation. It's beautiful. Well, think back to before he moves on to the Dallas Mavericks. While Tim Hardaway Jr. was with the Knicks, he was carrying such a burden offensively because Porzingis was still recovering.
Jalen Brunson, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith.
Tim Hardaway Jr. to me is a terrific all-around player, right? He can score it, he can pass it, he'll rebound the position. There's a lot to like about his game.
And we've seen Hardaway be a much more efficient player than in the past.
What we know, Kevin, unequivocally, is that this young man can score the basketball. But what you hope is the best players in the NBA are all about efficiency. That's what you want Hardaway Jr. thinking about. How can I be the most efficient guy on the floor?
Mitchell gets to Conley. Back to Mitchell. Shoots over Doncic. The Jazz with another miss.
This guy just can't find his rhythm, and you look up at the scoreboard, they absolutely need his productivity.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, coming into the 2017 draft, Donovan Mitchell wasn't sure he was ready for the NBA. Mitchell said, I worked out in the summer with Paul George and Chris Paul. They were the ones who convinced me to keep my name in the draft. They said, look, you're good enough. Just go out there and show it. Kevin, through a couple of seasons in Utah, that's exactly what Mitchell has done.
He has made an instant impact on the NBA and the Jazz, DA. Thank you. Timeout is called, first of the game for the Jazz.
And with their offense sputtering, coaches got to get them back on track.
And to me, they're just taking too many tough shots. And when they do get an easy one, the confidence just isn't there.
Davis is checked in for Rudy Gobert. And it's Conley with the ball for the Jazz, trailing by 5. Following this one, they get to host the Pelicans. And that's game 2 of this string of 4 games played at home. And there's the 3-second call, this one on the defense. Utah shooting their 3rd free throw attempt of the game.
And taking a look at the numbers on the season, they've converted about 77% of those foul shots.
And so he hits the technical free throw.
Well, Bojan Bogdanovic may be one of the most underrated players in this league. This guy understands his role and plays it well.
Just 5 to shoot. Here's Mitchell. Got a piece of it. And it's out of bounds. The Jazz able to retain possession here. Jordan Clarkson, he's checked in for the Jazz. J.J. Barea is checked in for Dallas. .153 left to play in the first half. And folks, the coach's challenge has been initiated for a personal foul. Close game like this, and he thought it wasn't a good call.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original personal foul. Getting a different angle can sometimes make it a lot easier to determine.
Greg, indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion replays, you really get a new appreciation for just the immense speed at which these players are moving at. And how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And the announcement on the review is that the foul was called in error. So they have determined, Greg, to overrule the original call.
And guys, this is what it's all about, getting the call right. And I think in this case, the video review showed that while it was a tough call to make on the floor, they got it right with the review.
And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. And in a league obsessed with shooting, easy to see why Bojan Bogdanovic has solidified himself as a key player.
I mean, over 40% from long range in recent years, competes defensively. He's a player.
Looking at who's out there now for the Jazz. Joe Ingles, who's checked in for Royce O'Neal. And Emmanuel Mudiay subbed in for Mike Conley. Maxi Kleber, he's checked in for the Mavericks. DeLon Wright comes in for J.J. Barea. 2 open that time, made it look too easy. And it's 7 points for Porzingis.
Well, Kevin, how about the shot mechanics of your 7-footer? Kristaps Porzingis is efficient in catch and shoot.
Now here's Mudiay. Defense is right there, and he lays it straight in. Mudiay's got his first 2 points of the night.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
54 seconds left in the first half. Right, the pass to Brunson. Inside, Kleber laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Jazz trail by 6. Clarkson with the ball. 9 points last game. High arcing shot. Another shot, and Davis puts it in. Davis has got his third basket of the night right there.
Boy, the work ethic on the offensive glass just refuses to give up on that possession.
There's a 4-second difference from the shot clock to the game clock. Over in the corner, Porzingis lays it up and in on the nice reverse. Porzingis has got 5 points in the quarter.
Well, Kristaps Porzingis has any number of tools on the offensive end, but a nice high percentage look there.
From deep. And that would have counted, but his shot was off the mark this time. It's been all about Luka Doncic for the Dallas Mavericks. He got into double digits for the quarter with 10 points total. It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Kevin,
thank you, David, and we'll be back after halftime as the third quarter gets under.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Greetings. Luka Doncic has been the story in this one. He had 16 points, 2 assists, and 1 steal. Coming off a great game last time out, he's turning it up.
And if you're just joining us, we've played through the first half in a game that's been fairly even so far. You know, Luka Doncic has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, he's been nothing short of a wall at the rim so far in this one, single-handedly providing great rim protection.
If he is in the area, he's going to challenge your shot. He's going to block it, alter it. He's going to have an impact.
Third quarter action getting rolling right now, brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's who's on the floor. On the court for the Mavericks, Kristaps Porzingis is out there with Cauley Stein. Then it's DeJuan Wright. Then it's Jalen Brunson. And it's Finney-Smith in at the 3.
Guys, when you think about the Jazz, you are talking about an elite defensive unit. Rudy Gobert in the middle, the defensive player of the year, and the guys around him are committed to the scheme and outstanding individual defenders.
Angelo Conley will bring the ball up for the Utah Jazz. 8-point game. Dishes it to Gobert. Conley surveying the D. Pass to Mitchell. 6 to shoot. Back to Conley. Here's O'Neal. Out of hand on it. And he recovers it. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Doncic is checked in for Jalen Brunson. Here's Doncic. He's got 16. And the Jazz very disciplined at the defensive end.
Now, Kevin, you have a veteran squad with the anchor Rudy Gobert, one of the elite shot blockers in the entire league. And this is a group that's so important here. They defend without fouling.
You hear this a lot, Doris. The great offense always beats great defense. Think that's true?
I do, Kevin. I think obviously a defender is usually in reactionary mode. It's the rare defender who is dictating to the offensive player what they want to happen. So imagine trying to impact LeBron James as he's playing in the open floor with a head of steam. Like, good luck with that.
Yeah. Greg, some folks suspected Conley might be moved when Memphis had a shot at drafting John Morant right before the draft. That deal took place.
I tell you what, he looks to be a great fit in Utah. Can be that third star the team needs to push them to the next level. Utah had to give up a fair sum to get him, but it was worth the risk.
Uncharacteristic trip to the line for him. Just lost his feel on those shots.
And he's got such a great touch and feel around the basket. He made that reverse look easy.
Jazz trail by 11. 2 minutes gone in this third quarter now. And the shot goes in. Conley's got his first points in this one.
Their first basket in 4 tries. Let's see if that basket gets them going. It can be contagious now.
Conley against Doncic. Here's Cauley Stein. The kick out to Wright. Finney-Smith passes to Cauley Stein. Some nice passing here by Dallas. 4 on the shot clock. Tipped away and stolen by Bogdanovich. Conley dishes to Mitchell. Back to Conley. Over Doncic. Conley's shot is off.
And another miss. Woo, he's having a really ugly game.
Yeah, about as ugly as you can have, you're right. And Doncic, here we go. And Porzingis gets it to go on the assist by Doncic. Porzingis has got the lead up to 11 now for the Mavs. Third quarter here, and 3 minutes have come off the clock. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Here's Conley. And the rebound goes to the Mavericks. Out to Porzingis. There's the three. Another three for Dallas.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Conley against Doncic. Looking to get it going. And it's Wright sending it back. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wright. The Jazz making a switch here. Ingles is checked in. Then for the Mavericks, Dwight Powell's checked in for Cauley-Stein. Seth Curry comes in for DeLon Wright. And Barea subbed in for Porzingis. Good work there as it goes. And that's now 10 points for Rudy Gobert.
Rudy Gobert, an athletic monster. He fends off the defense with an amazing finish.
Pass to Curry. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Curry's got his first points of the night.
Unwilling to let up even for a moment. That's his killer instinct, just fanning the flames.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
Kicks it out to Mitchell. And that one falls, coming off Conley's feet.
Timeout.
Mitchell's got 7.
I don't know how you guard this guy because you've got to play the drive, and right there he buries a three. That is beautiful.
Dallas calls timeout. Was there any steal in the 2017 draft bigger than Donovan Mitchell? My goodness, guys, Utah looks like they found a franchise player with him.
I mean, to see a player his age come in and just be an elite scorer is impressive. Very explosive in transition, but also in the half court. Reminds you a bit of Westbrook or a young D-Wade with how he plays.
Clarkson, he's checked in for Utah. Emmanuel Mudiay comes in for Michael Conley. And a new group getting ready for Dallas. Willie Cauley-Stein, he's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Justin Jackson comes in for Luka Doncic. Tim Hardaway Jr. is checked in for Seth Curry. And it's Wright in for J.J. Barea.
An even stronger second half. Tremendous efficiency at the offensive end of the floor.
Jazz trail by 13. Now here's Mudiay. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. Clarkson on the wing. 5 to shoot. Plenty of space. And he wills that one in. Sinking right through off the back iron.
Well, you can give them a steady diet of pick and roll because if Jordan Clarkson gets downhill, it's trouble.
Outside Hardaway. Another 3 for Dallas.
And the lack of effort to fight over the screen there makes that an easy shot.
You know, we see this all the time, Greg. You're basically, as a defender, hoping the man misses rather than putting in the work to get over screens.
Here's Clarkson. And the rejection by Cauley-Stein. Here's Hardaway. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
Well, you think the ownership style of the Mavericks, something the league had to adjust to. Very active, very outspoken. Sometimes I think that rubbed people the wrong way. But now you get the sense it's almost the new normal.
And Utah making a change here. Bogdanovich is checked in. Tries from 10. Mitchell's shot is good. Mitchell's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, you give Donovan the mid-range jumper, he will make you pay.
And the Mavericks, we know, have been trendsetters, investing in development and in technology.
Kevin, they have always been on the cutting edge of data collection and then using that data to give them a competitive advantage. When you're in a business, it's always about what's next? How can I be better?
55 seconds left here in the third quarter. And here is Hardaway. He has 6. Right outside. Back to Hardaway. Just 5 on the clock. Dallas needs to get off a shot. Powell, that's good.
Now Powell, a terrific option in the pick and roll, knows to slash and finish.
And the Jazz with possession here, trailing by 13. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. And Gobert kicks to Mitchell. Takes the 13-footer, and the rebound goes to the Mavericks.
Boy, a really tough quarter for this guy, just struggling to make shots right now.
Mitchell against Wright. And the last shot before the buzzer is off. And here at the end of the third quarter, it's a double-digit ball game. Mavericks lead by 13. Live from Vivint Smart Home Arena, you're watching 2K Sports. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Mavericks leading by 13. Mitchell is out there with Jordan Clarkson. Then there's Bojan Bogdanovic, and it's Rudy Gobert, and it's Ingles, and it's the 3 spot. That's the group right now for Utah.
And he made the right read on that play, but just couldn't secure the steal.
Yeah, the anticipation was there. The hustle was there. Very close to picking that one.
Here's Doncic. It's good. Doncic has got the first field goal of the fourth quarter here for the Mavs.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Clarkson against Hardaway. And that one good from Clarkson.
How about Jordan Clarkson? The ability at his position to absorb contact and finish the play.
Doncic passes to Cauley-Stein. Some nice passing here by Dallas. And it's Doncic. That time on the assist by Jackson. That's 23 points for Luka Doncic. And Utah has possession. 15-point game. Hardaway against Clarkson. And the foul called on Tim Hardaway Jr. That is his first foul of the game. Mike Conley's checked in for Donovan Mitchell. And we've played through about a minute here in the fourth. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
Well, Jordan Clarkson, a nice, efficient look there. Boy, that'll help your percentages.
And it seems like Jordan Clarkson may have found his niche, Greg, as instant offense coming off the bench.
A perfect fit for a scoring-minded combo guard. Clarkson able to create his own shot and comfortable pulling from all 3 levels.
Looking at who's out there now for the Mavericks. Porzingis is checked in for Cauley-Stein, and Dorian Finney-Smith subbed in for Tim Hardaway Jr. Well, Doris, you look at Joe Ingles, he's quietly become one of the better small forwards in the NBA.
And he is the prototypical don't judge a book by its cover, because they call him slow-mo Joe or average Joe. But dig a little bit deeper. This guy is a quality playmaker and a knockdown shooter.
Passes it to Bogdanovic. Back to Conley. He kicks it to Bogdanovic. Tries again. Now the pass to Ingles. Back to Gobert. The shot's good on the assist by Ingles. Ingles has got 3 assists tonight.
What a boost when Rudy Gobert is this efficient on the offensive end. Such a smart basketball player.
Doncic passes to Porzingis. Here's Finney-Smith. Another 3 for Dallas.
Yeah, you have to make greater effort than that defensively. You know what he can do from range.
Well, to me, Greg, that's just inexcusable. You start to wonder how much they really want this basketball game.
We're in the fourth quarter here, just under 2.5 minutes gone. And here comes Jackson leading the fast break. And now a look at the upcoming schedule for the Utah Jazz. On Friday, they'll be facing Drew Holiday and the New Orleans Pelicans. And then on Saturday, they'll be taking on Jonas Valanciunas and the Memphis Grizzlies.
And that game against the Lakers, they can't come out playing timid. Just because they're facing the top team in the West, you've got to play your game, minimize mistakes, and if they do that, they got a chance at the W.
Royce O'Neal's checked in for the Jazz. Fast break, Dallas. Jackson's got the ball, uses the glass to finish the layup. And the Mavericks lead by 16.
Yeah, they are demoralized now, guys. A careless play to turn it over and then slow getting back on defense.
Conley against Doncic. Right side, Bogdanovich. Can't connect from 14 feet out. Dallas leading by 16. Jackson deciding where to go with it. Pass to Doncic. The baseline J. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
Well, the advantage they have right now is largely based on his play. What an outstanding night.
And so Clarkson will bring it up for the Utah Jazz. They swipe it. Outside, Porzingis. Out to Doncic. The three. Rebound collected by Clarkson.
Well, he had one three-pointer in the first half, but so far in the second, he's come up with goose eggs.
For Dallas, they've gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. Here's Doncic. Gobert with the block.
Well, this is the calling card of Rudy Gobert, a superb shot blocker. The wingspan is a thing of beauty.
Doris, you've accomplished so much in your award-winning career. What was your first experience in broadcasting?
Kevin, my first experience was I left coaching and they put Providence College women's basketball on radio. That was the first ever game I got to call. It was so cool. Tell me yours. What was the very first? Did you study this? How did you get into broadcasting?
I did. Our high school had a radio station, and the first basketball broadcast was underneath the bleachers, looking through popcorn boxes and legs of the people that were standing in the bleachers so that I could see the court from the baseline.
Amazing.
Because that's where the telephone cables were to plug in our equipment. And I was 16 years old.
Incredible.
Remember it very well.
Incredible.
Very well. Donovan Mitchell's checked in for Clarkson. The Mavericks also with a sub. Curry's checked in for Dorian Finney-Smith. Okay, well, let's go down to David Aldridge for a report from the sideline.
Well, during that last break, Kevin, I got a chance to hear Rick Carlisle's message to his team. His key message was, don't get comfortable. Those guys are going to come at us with everything they've got. Let's bring the intensity and stay focused on every possession. Kevin, back to you.
Here's Gobert. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. It's on Porzingis.
Because of Rudy Gobert's thin frame, people were trying to take advantage of him early physically in his career. For the Jazz, they wanted him to get stronger, get in the weight room, and become more of a problem.
Outside Curry. And it's off from three-point range. Jazz trail by 14. Outside Conley. It's good. And for 7-footers like Gobert, it seems, Doris, there's more risk of injury.
Well, everything the Jazz organization has done with Rudy has focused from the core down. They want to make sure their big man has functional strength that eases pressure on the knees and ankles. Both of those areas have been so problematic for guys his size.
.121 left in the fourth quarter. With the fadeaway. And Doncic gets it to go. Doncic has got 13 points here in the second half alone. Doncic against Conley. Doris, we've both been very public in our admiration for LeBron, the face of the league. for so many years, when he retires, and we're approaching that date, who do you think might step up and take his place as the face of the NBA?
Well, probably the most likely candidate is the new and reigning MVP, and that's Giannis Antetokounmpo, who is an absolute physical force. He's put on 50 pounds. He's getting more and more skilled. When he adds that three-point shot as a consistent weapon and gets to an in-between game, he will be impossible to guard. Kawhi Leonard, he is now sort of taking over as a multi-time winner of the Finals MVP, and certainly a player guys want to play with. So just a couple of possibilities there, Kev.
Shot and game clock separated by 5. Doncic against Conley. Now, here's Doncic, guarded closely. Porzingis passes to Doncic. No good with the wing jumper. And here's Bogdanovich for 3. No good that time. So no problem for Dallas as they get the win. A solid win on the road for them. This building was dead silent. All right, David, thank you. And that'll do it, folks. For great.